Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeowMix, Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven,
My name is Jerry.
and we are here to do a little mock GMing.
Yep. I
Jerry, I'll
yeah.
let you explain what it is.
So I found this little Spotrac has a GM mode type of thing that's in beta form right now. Now I know everybody does mock drafts. Everybody has the mock draft simulators and everything, and I thought this would be a fun exercise to pull off, basically, to see what we could do with the franchise to set them up for the draft. And I tinkered around with it. I didn't go full on GM. I didn't do everything, but I did kind of do it, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And I thought, hey, this would be fun for us as a podcast to do on the air as well. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
this is
Oh, go ahead.
really the first time that I was gonna say this is the first time that I'm really putting a lot of time into this. I kind of messed with it for 5 minutes earlier just to check it out. But I think this is a good way, sort of like we did with the first mock draft, is to sort of see what free agents are out there and, kind of give ourselves a better idea of who might be realistic,
Yeah.
right, for us to sign in the offseason. So before we get to this, though, Jerry, I do want to bring up one or two things.
Oh,
Number one, J.J. Jansen is back.
yes.
Panthers re-signed him for 2025. Um, I mean, he did not a seismic shift or anything, but I'm happy that JJ's back.
Yeah. Super Bowl bound now. Gotcha.
I mean, he's just a good long snapper. He doesn't mess up, right?
No. Um, why mess with that? A guy who's gonna make
Yeah,
$1 million or so, and he's gonna snap the ball, not have any mess ups. I'm happy, and he seems like a
yeah,
good guy.
sure. Cart talk. I
Eh.
love cart talk. Number two, Luke Kuechly and Steve Smith did not make the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I know Steve Smith, we were kind of thinking likely not, but Kuechly, we were both pretty confident was going to get in. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty bummed by that. I thought he really deserved it.
he'll be in. I don't
I
know
know, I know.
why they always do that. Oh, first ballot. He's not a first ballot because he didn't play long enough or some BS. I do hate that.
Yeah, I mean he kind of left to save his life, right? Like he didn't want to go through CTE and things like that, but he was dominant every year he played. He was the best linebacker in football for several years. Yeah, I don't know. I
I
hate that that's
agree.
held
I'm
against
just
him.
telling you that's what I think happened.
Yeah.
Um go ahead.
Last thing. Last thing. Cam Newton. Cam Newton has been talking a little trash
I I
about the 2010 Carolina Panthers.
I'm just skipping over that. I'm gonna let that fall to the wayside. I don't want to bring it up. It's not happy. It's not fun in the off season. Cam, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of all I want to say. Like
Okay, I'm
there's
just
why even do that, Cam?
get his name in the papers.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
but back to this GM draft. I do have a couple caveats. We got to save $7 to $10 million in cap
For the rookies.
space for the rookie signing contracts. Any player that has a market value, we must sign for market value
Okay.
or higher. Because I think T. Higgins going to probably go higher than his market value. So
Yeah.
all those who say, "Oh, sign T. Higgins," his market value is $25 million per year. So in my opinion, you're going to have to sign him for 27 to 30 as a Carolina Panther. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah, we'll try to be as realistic as possible.
yeah, I don't want to sign T. Higgins for $3 million a year. That's just not part of this exercise. So, again, Spot Rack, manage roster right here is where you go, and that's if you're on YouTube, you can see where my mouse is pointing. So let's go ahead and start in this. The Panthers have $2.1 million in dead cap, and currently are sitting at $22 million in cap space for the top 51. And that's what we're going to go by. Now we can restructure and everything else here. The first guy
Yeah.
up, highest paid player next year for the Panthers is Taylor Moton. I think we both agree that $31 million for Taylor Moton is probably a little too high to carry over next year. You agree?
That's a high cap hit. That's a high cap hit. And this would be the perfect time to extend him.
I agree. So they have an extension here. Unfortunately, we have to create an extension for him. If what?
What's his market value? They'll tell us what his market value is.
Let me look here. Taylor Moton.
If you go on the actual GM page to that quick extend, I think it tells you what the market value is.
Uh,
Yeah, so go to extension.
Extension.
Yep. And then
Oh,
up the top right there.
quick
Yeah. I
extension.
think it
Okay.
tells you what the Yeah, so I think that might be the market value.
Yeah, the quick
Or I don't know.
extension is it drops down to 15 million, and I think that's probably what he would get. So we will go ahead and select that. That gives us frees up $16 million in cap space. If
Yeah, has that reflected?
it hasn't done anything yet.
This is a beta. This is a beta product. All right, let's try it without the quick extension.
Okay, extension. We'll do. Yeah, I see. I didn't do a new cap hit. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we're up
Okay.
to 31 million in cap space. Good. Like I said, signed him to a 3-year extension. Now his cap hit's at 15 million. I think that's reasonable for him.
I mean, he's a very good player. I wonder if he could get more than that on the open market, but that's a cap hit. So
And with the extension,
signing bonuses and all that stuff, who knows what he got?
and again, extension we're talking about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's here
Yeah.
for another year, bonuses and everything.
Yep.
Robert Hunt is now the next player with 21 million. He has 4 years, 88 million left. Do we want to try to tinker with that, or should we
Well,
just let it fall? I mean, he just signed last year.
Yeah. I don't know what you could really do with that.
Let's look here.
If you want to look at the conversion, would it be?
We could do a conversion on Robert Hunt, and he drops down to 9 million.
Oh, that takes him down to 1 year contract? No, no, no. We want to keep him. We want to keep him for a long time.
No, I think it just drops down his cap hit, but the later part of the hit will be very hard. So
Okay. Okay. Down to 15 million, you said?
correct.
It's
No.
hey, it's not.
I think it's actually 9 million, 9.9, so 10 million.
Oh.
So
Oh,
we're
wow,
we're
that
dropping
covers that a lot.
$11 million there. But this is kicking the can
Okay.
down the road.
Yeah, but we only care about next year.
Okay. So we're seeing it up. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derek Brown sitting at 19 million next year.
Yeah, he signed that new deal.
Again, you could convert it and at 9 million.
Man, I'm wondering what that's doing to the to the back end. Like, this doesn't seem realistic that they would just do this to all these players and have 100 million.
Well, I mean,
in cap
again, this is
space.
what the Saints do, and that's why the Saints are kind of hurt. So let's leave Derek
Yeah.
Brown alone. I think Robert Hunt and Taylor Moton restructuring is good.
Yeah.
From
What
here,
about Clowney? Is there any savings with Clowney?
I mean,
He's
he
got
signed a
1 year
2-year.
left.
You can convert it, and you could save 7 for the conversion.
Yeah.
So since this is
I
his
still
last
don't- I
year
still
on
don't
his
really know
deal,
what that
I
means.
wouldn't really want to mess with that.
Yeah.
So, all right, J.C. Horn, 12 million. I want to resign
Extension.
him. Yeah, extension.
Yeah.
Let's look at his extension here. New cap hit. All right, so let's give him. Would you like to do a 4-year extension?
Yeah. 4 years, what? what is his market value?
Let's look at the quick extension. That doesn't seem realistic as a 1.1
No,
million.
no, I'm
Um,
looking him up here.
I can look at his
This,
real quick. See.
I've got him. They've got him at 4.5 million. That doesn't seem
No, 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 no.
2 years, 9 million.
Nah. I wouldn't. He's getting 12 million now. I would say his extension. We could
He's
do
probably
a
looking for like
3 year.
15, right?
Yeah, 345, and then yeah, 3 years, $45 million with like 20 million guarantee. Does that sound about right for you? Because he is
Yeah,
injury
looking at
prone.
yeah.
3 years, 45.
Over the cap says 7.7 million.
And
So I mean, maybe we're valuing him way too high.
okay, we could do it this way.
Is it injury? Is it injury concern with him that's
Yeah,
keeping him from being
yeah.
evaluated at the high? Let's go maybe 10. Or yeah, 3 years 40.
3 years,
That
40.
seems reasonable
And here's
with like a $18 million signing bonus or
that's
something.
exactly what I was gonna go with. I was like something reasonable. Tap base
Yeah.
salary for per year is 5 million. So his
No,
new
40
cap,
minus 18.
yeah. So that gives
Yeah,
that
let's try
drops
and
his
do that.
cap from 12 to 12.4 to 9.5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey.
But we also signed him for 3 more years. So
Yeah.
and we're not
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the way to go.
okay.
All right.
And we may have
We're not getting this
overpaid,
is
but
not this is not an exact science here, guys. Like
um, here
we're
we go.
figuring this out.
Here's where I want to start with Shy Tuttle. Nine and a
Okay.
half or $9.5 million left on his contract. If we release him, it's 6 million saving. Um, we can assign a post June 1st release and get
Hmm.
all of it back. And I think that's what we need to do. Shy Tuttle was not good, and I have eyes on a nose tackle in free agency and maybe a draft to pull the trigger. He was part of the problem with the defense last year. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
All right. So Shy Tuttle, thank you. Bye. We're currently
Next
now
services
at
are no longer needed.
$53 million in cap space. Icky, I'm not gonna touch. He has 2 years left at for $8 and $9 million. Miles Sanders, um,
So Sanders has two years left on his deal?
two
Yeah, he
years,
does.
18.9 million left. We can assign a post June 1st release and incur a 8.1 cap hit this year, or
Hmm.
a 1.4 dead cap. I mean, I think saving $7 million on Miles
Yeah.
Sanders is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the way to go.
I mean,
I think that's realistic. Like they're
yeah.
probably not going to keep him around for that money. That's too much.
Now
When you can save that much.
yeah, Adam Thielen, he's got an $8 million cap hit right now on a
Mm.
1 year deal.
Hmm.
Would we want to extend him for another year just to keep him around and maybe kick some of that money down the road?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Uh,
you'd agree to that.
we're not doing 3 years. We're gonna New
So
Year's
just be
is
2 years. Yeah.
uh,
So 2 years, like
what's the new value?
25, 20.
Let's go with 21. Well, 21 signing bonus. 7 million. This is just kind of keeping him
I go maybe even go 10. Yeah.
10 base salary.
What, 5,
2.5.
4?
So that
I'm not
brings
sure
his
about this
cap.
math.
So that brings his cap up to 7.5. But that also brings him into the fold next year if he wants to come back.
That saves us $500,000 on the
Half a
cap.
million dollars brings him back for an extra year. And,
Yeah,
and again, I like this just because I really think he's very beneficial to Bryce Young and the rest of the
agreed.
receiving core. So I think you want to keep this guy in the locker room.
I agree.
So it's still sitting at basically $54 million in cap space. Dane Jackson. He has 1 year, $8.7 million left on his contract. He's a cap hit of 5.8. We could do a... we've already used all our post-June releases. So we could release him for... and still have a dead cap of 2.5.
And what's he
Saving...
making now?
He's making
8.5.
5.8. So would saving $3 million be worth it to release him?
He was bad. He was actively bad.
I mean, we have
Um,
no one else under contract on corner except for J.C. Horn, and that's it, I believe.
well, we've got Shaw Smith Wade,
Oh, Charles Smith-Wade.
who we drafted. I'm sure they could draft another. There will be some in free agency we could look at.
Oh, yeah, I've already had a couple guys. So
Yeah,
we can release him. I'm releasing him now. Deuces. All right,
gone.
gone. Um, Chuba Hubbard, you're sticking around. Liget. Now we're reaching the end of the rope here
Yeah, yeah.
of guys that are worth anything to release. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Hey, let's cut Sam Roberts. He's 27 years old. It's $1 million." I'm not. We're not in this podcast 16 minutes and cutting everybody now. Just so we're doing the big names here. I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
say that let's look now at our free agents.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a couple. So Corbett is, I think, probably a no, right?
Corbett, no. No,
Can't trust him. Can't trust his health.
no, I agree. You can't trust him. He's gone. I also think there's someone else on this list that will fill that spot. Um,
Okay. Oh yeah.
where is his name? Cade
Who,
Mays.
for Chris?
Restricted. No, I was going
Okay,
to go
Mays,
ahead
yeah.
and sign Cade Mays as our starting center. And we may look at getting another one, but I think we should go ahead.
Yeah.
He's a restricted free agent. Let's go ahead and sign him. Um,
Hmm. I'm not
what?
sure how that all the tender stuff works.
Yeah, we're not going to tender him. We're just going to sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal.
What do you think his per year? I mean, what realistically would we have to pay him?
I don't think we're going to have to pay him that much. I think a simple 3 year deal worth 15 million dollars. Listen to this. The signing though is going to only be like 5 million, and the base salary would be about 1.1. So his cap hit would only be about 2 million. So it's basically essentially like a 1-2 year deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Agree
I
with that.
think that's what we
He
could
played
get
okay.
away with him. He did okay. You're going to have to save some money on the O-line somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do think that bringing him back for that would be essentially not a steal, but a good value
Mm-hmm.
with the rest
Yeah.
of the O-line being so much.
All right. Andy Dalton.
Bring him back.
I think you got to. I think you got to bring him back.
He has a market value. So 1 year,
Yeah.
$2.5 million. I'm fine
I
with
think
that.
that's good.
Yep, 100%. Johnny Hecker's a free agent. I did not realize that.
Yeah,
Do we want to sign
I'll be
Hecker?
okay. I'd be okay, waiting on that.
Okay, sure.
I'd be okay waiting on that. I thought he was okay, but I didn't think he was, you know, amazing this year. Really, the last couple of years.
I don't want Jordan Fuller back. I felt like he was a waste of signing last year.
Okay.
Uh, Xavier Woods, safety. Do you feel like bringing?
I'm yeah, I'm willing to wait on safety.
Okay. Shaq Thompson. Here's an interesting one. I don't think he has a
Now,
market value. Oh, he does, but
let's understand here that we can always come back to these guys if we don't find someone we like in free agency,
mhm.
right? So guys like Xavier Woods, Shaq Thompson, Tommy Tremble. I'm interested. Let's look at Tommy Tremble's
I was gonna say I
market
feel
value.
like I think his market value is gonna be. You're gonna have to sign him for a little bit more. Well, 2 years, 11 million is actually.
2 years, 11 million. I think I'd be okay with that. I'd like
I
to have him back.
I want him back. That was actually one of the
Yeah.
players I really wanted, and if that's his market value, 100%. That's only 3 million
Yeah.
against the cap. And again, I'm
Yeah.
signing it, of course, via the market value.
Right. Right.
So
Which I think is smart. Smart way to do it.
yeah.
What's Ian Thomas's market value?
See if he has a market. He does not have one.
Does
So
not.
I know you need him back. Franchise tag him
Franchise
for
tag him.
13 million.
Keep him around. Oh my gosh. I wonder if he gets signed somewhere next year. I'm sure he'll go to camp somewhere. But
Oh, JJ Jansen's here. We're gonna sign him, just because I
yeah,
don't
signed
know
to
what
the
he
minimum.
signed. So I
Yeah.
signed him to the minimum. He's probably got a 1 point something million-dollar
We'd have
contract.
done that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all
All
right.
right.
You ready to look
Yeah.
at
Michael
tries?
Jackson. Any thoughts about
Well, let's look at Michael Jackson's.
you know
Oh,
his
his
market
market
value?
value is 3 years, $23 million.
Ooh.
Now, hold on. When I pull that up, it's a cap hit of 4.4 though, next year. So you're
Let's see who's out there
yeah,
in
okay.
free agency.
Let's go.
Yeah. We always
League.
have let's reserve the option.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my other page here for all of you watching on YouTube. Let's go to the free agents here. We will look at corners. And my thought on this draft or this free agency, I want to stack our roster good, well enough that we don't have to draft for desperation. I want us to be sitting there going, yeah, an extra corner would be nice, or an edge rusher would be nice, but I want something, whatever is the best player on the field available within
Do you want to
reason.
I see. So you don't want to kind of go into this exercise with an idea of what position we might want to draft at 8,
I
kind of
think what
drafting a starter.
I think right now we should look at the draft as we are the GM. So yes, but I can't bank on Abdul Carter slipping to us or a Will Johnston.
Sure.
So therefore, I want us to kind of think like that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
I got you.
so cornerback, Carlton Davis is ranked the first with the highest, you know, previous value at 14.5.
Mm-hmm.
Javarius Ward, 29. DJ Reed is an interesting one at 28 years old at $11 million. What is his current market value at 28 years old? $14.7 million.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Jonathan Jones. I don't. I mean, let's see what Jonathan Jones, because he's older. Ooh. Bring in an older vet to sit there, or do we want to?
Yeah. I mean, and that's also, a position in the draft that you could get lucky with.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, you could sign a Jonathan Jones who's almost 31 years old, 32 years old, and then you can go
but
a little bit.
look at Rasul Douglas.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'll look at Rasul Douglas, but he would not be my top pick here. He's
Yeah.
30 years old. Market value
He,
is sitting at 11.9. Whew.
he is ranked 15 in corners for on PFF. Like he played very well last year.
I,
And he had, I mean, he actually played worse last year than he played the year before. Year before, he was an 81 overall ranking in 2023. 24, that dropped to 53.9. But
I mean, you got to look. He was at.
I thought he played very well when he was here.
I did too. I thought he played well, but we let him go, and he
Yeah,
bounces around so much. I don't bank
he
on him.
does.
Something's
Yeah, I
something's
wonder if
up.
there's a personality thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and he also played really well with Buffalo. I mean,
yeah.
that defense overall is nice.
Um, first of all, you are not sharing your screen.
I apologize to that, but
Mhm.
the my GM mode is very very risque, so I don't feel comfortable sharing everything. Um,
And when we get it pulled back up here, Chivarius Ward, we didn't look at him yet, did we?
no, we have not. He's number 2 on
Okay,
the
so he's
rankings.
ranked number 13 here in PFF overall
Okay, so
corner.
let's take a quick break for the listeners and
Okay.
viewers because I am not allowed to share, so we need to talk about this offline.
Okay, okay. All right.
And we are back from that quick intermission. If we had sponsors right now, we would sell them. All right. Javarius Ward, 29 years old, from San Francisco. His market value is 15.3. So you're looking at basically signing him the same money we a little more than
Yeah.
JC Horn. So do we want to
Yeah,
bank
and
on that?
well, that's the thing is that we also have to understand that we did sign J.C. Horn, so now we're looking at committing, you know, a pretty big amount of money to corners.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Shaw Smith Wade I thought played pretty well last year. I wouldn't
But
mind seeing
he's
him
more of
develop.
a nickel corner, though. We need another outside, whether it be Mike Jackson or not.
No,
Stephon Gilmore, no, he's
I think he's
yeah.
maybe getting a little up there.
Dante Jackson seems like a very. That's another thing. We need to make sure that he fits the profile of the Panthers corners, which is a bigger physical corner than Dante.
Yeah. Let's look at Carlton Davis.
Carlton Davis. Oh, the top one. Okay, 28 years old. Uh, playing from Detroit Lions. He's a 13.8 million hit.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's 6'1", 206.
that is the
Um,
type of guy that our guy
yeah.
that we like.
Had a good year last year, 74.5 ranking on PFF, ranked 21st among corners. That's a thought, but yeah, I wouldn't mind looking at so are we looking at wide receivers now?
No, no, no. I'm looking for
Okay.
Carlton Davis here on our, yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
PF or spot rack. One thing I think you need to do is in this little sign a free agent, sort by
Hmm.
position. Just again, this is beta, and I love this. I think
Yeah.
this is a very fun tool. But if we sign him for market value,
That's this J.C. Horn contract,
yeah, it
basically.
would be a cap hit of 7 million, 3 years, $41 million with a $17 million comp bonus.
And that would give us a solid starting
Oh yeah,
corner duo and really not that big a cap hit at all this year.
no, I think you sit Carlton Davis and J.C. Horn and Charles Smith Wade. You're sitting there nice on the secondary for the most
Yeah.
part. We have no safeties signed except for Damani Richardson, so
Right.
we're gonna definitely have to go into that area. But
Yeah. I kind of like this deal.
I did
I
too.
mean, I don't know if this is unrealistic for him, but
Yeah,
we'll do it.
so we signed him. I like that. We're
Nice.
really building up that second or the cornerback room there nicely.
Yeah.
I think with DJ Wonham, Derek Brown, and again, in my opinion, one of our next moves has to be nose tackle.
Well, I don't know. What about edge? I mean,
I
edge is such a major deficiency for us.
we it was such a deficiency before Wanham came back, and we have
It was
Clowney.
still not
It
great.
wasn't
I
it
mean,
wasn't great, but I
it's
also
still a
think
major need, I think.
I don't think we could need to go out and sign the big free agent though. I think this is the type of guy or time that you could get a good lower one, and then maybe draft a guy in the second or first round, depending on. Again, we're looking at this as a very deep edge rushing class, especially in that late first, early second.
Yeah. So, what would you say that then our next
I,
safety would be the most pressing need for you
I would say
at
nose
this point?
tackle. I think that
Nose
run
tackle.
defense was so bad with Shy Tuttle up the middle, and we already released him, so he's bye
Yeah.
bye. So I think we need to go
Or
nose tackle, and
let's look at the nose tackles.
because I like Ashawn Robinson, I thought he did okay for what he had, and Derek Brown coming back is going to be huge.
Yeah.
I have a guy in mind. This is me cheating here because I already did some research on him. Because again, I think maybe drafting a guy later on would be very helpful.
Hmm.
But do they have nose tackle? I think going out and getting DJ Jones familiar with our guy, our defensive coordinator. His market value is a little up there, I think, 11 million. But I think getting that anchor to really stop the run would be beneficial.
Trying to find him here on.
Because he
I think
had
that's
one of
weird
his.
with. Yeah.
Because he had a good year with. Why can I not think of our D coordinator's name right now?
Evera?
Evero, thank you. He had a good year with Evero before. He's familiar with Evero, and you know Evero likes his guys.
Yeah. So DJ, okay, I found DJ Jones. He ranked 97th on PFF, but he did have a decent year last year. Actually, his best year looks like was last year at a 67.3 ranking. Yeah, what's his? You said his market value was 11.
Mm-hmm.
His contract, yeah, projected contract here on Spotrac is 2 years, or on PFF, 2 years, 9 million. So that's pretty close.
And again, it's not just defensive tackle; it's a nose tackle. There's a difference.
Yeah, yeah, 2 years,
Because
9 million per year. Sorry.
yeah, because BJ Hill can't fill that nose tackle role. I don't believe.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, and you're right, DJ Jones. Yeah, his ranking might be a little weird given his position.
Yeah. So I'm willing to sign him for the market value. Do you agree or not?
Just 1 year deal.
Yeah. Or we could sign him to a higher deal.
But yeah, what if we did like, because
His 1 year
he's
deal
30.
is yeah.
So maybe I'd like a 2 year, what, 2 years, 22.
22. I
mean,
like that. And then
20,
like
2 years, 21. I don't know.
no, 2 years 22. That's $11 million, but
Yeah,
we'll
like a
make
signing
the
bonus of
13.
10, 9.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
That would make
it's
his
not usually more than like half of the deal. I don't.
well,
think.
well, if he's getting 22 million, I thought
Yeah.
12, but that essentially okay. He's 6.5 million. I like that. So we're sitting at
Okay.
39 million left in cap space. You
Okay.
wanted a defensive end. Here's Chase Young. I wonder what his value is.
Hmm.
Because I would, if we're going add another defensive end, I would prefer someone on a not a prove it deal because I think still good. Ooh,
Mhm.
Chase Young's 17.5.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess for edges, that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, I mean upper level, but he's ranked 49th on PFF, but
What is his
top 50-ish. 66.4, and they've got him 17.5 million average. Yeah.
yeah,
Khalil Mack ranked fifth. Still aged, but 90.2 rating last year. Only 668 snaps, so definitely the snaps were down. I'm not sure if he was hurt for a while or not, but Fifth. Then you've got Josh Sweat. So Josh Sweat's one that I've seen a lot.
Yeah, I see a lot of fans liking Josh Sweat. His market value is $18.5 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Because
That's a
it get
lot. You'd be basically, he would be part of a three-man rotation essentially there.
well, I don't
Probably
think.
would play the most over who? Clowney likely, right?
Yeah, I would say you go DJ Onum, Josh Sweat, and then you go just rotate those guys
Yeah.
or Clowney as a guy who just basically gives them a breather, and then you're sitting there thinking, why do we have Clowney at that price?
Yeah. Well, Clowney's on his last year, right?
Yeah, he is. So
Um, Hassan Reddick is ranked up here. He's ranked 12th. But again, that guy I think he wants way too much money.
he wants too much money, and I don't think he would come here. I think he wants a ring too.
Yeah. Well, he did not play well during his time last year that he actually played. So be
Uh,
okay skipping that.
I,
Yeah, it kind of gets
it gets dicey very quickly.
little dicey after that.
What is Marcus Davenport, who's 28 years old, who had some 2.2 million. This is where I'm sitting at for Edge. A former first round pick with with the New Orleans here. And again,
I don't even see him on this list.
what?
He's not even on this list.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure he's not a top 100. But I would also see him
Yeah.
filling out the roster, kind of trying to make the roster, to be honest with you. We also have Charles Omenihu from Kansas City, 27 years old. He's $11 million, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on this list. He let's see, where was he? What's his name? Oman Yahoo?
Yeah, Omaha. Ha 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 ha. Um, I mean, he got to the quarterback. I mean, that's one thing.
No.
Sacks per game is 0.5, so half a sack a game. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean now you've got me like that's not a lot of money
11 million?
overall, right? I mean for a starting edge rusher, that's not a lot of money at all
No, but
for a good one, right? I mean Clowney got that, if not a little more.
I'm trying to find him again. Spotrac, please set up a free agency signing of.
Can you control F?
Maybe that's actually a really good idea.
It looks like they're all loaded in there. It should work.
Ah,
There you go. Nice.
thank you, sir. That is awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
So his cap hit would only be 5.5 or 5.3.
Yeah.
4 years, $47 million, $16 million signing bonus. You know what? I'm okay with that. You good with that? Because then if we draft somebody, I mean, one of them is only here for another year. Clowney's gone after this year, and you want a rotation, in my opinion, of 3 edge rushers. It's a little pricey on a guy who, in my opinion, has been solid but not great.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm you've got me thinking, is it that much of a priority?
I mean, I definitely
What would be next after nose tackle for you? Would it be edge?
Safety.
Safety.
Because I am thinking of this as the GM, and again, I feel like there's quality depth at the edge rusher in the late first, second round, and even maybe in the third round that you can get a guy that can contribute. And is it as good as him? Maybe not, but I think they could contribute and maybe grow into the position while not paying somebody $50 million a year. I think going safety to get some veterans would be my next position.
Yeah. So I finally found him on PFF. He's ranked 69th out of
Giggity,
119 for edge,
giggity.
um, which is about his average. He's never been above 69 and a half. I don't know. I would say no right now.
Okay.
Let's go look at safeties.
Safeties. Do, do, do.
Yeah, let's go look at safeties.
Oh, we're gonna look for free safety and strong safety. Justin Simmons is ranked the highest,
Well,
31 years old.
he's the highest on that list. The
Yeah.
highest ranked is Javon Holland.
Oh.
Javon Holland has got number 3 on PFF. Um, looks
Woohoo!
like yeah, and they've got him even higher than that here. They've got him 4 years, 19.5 million per year.
All right, so on Spotrac it's at 15.1.
Yeah.
Market value 4 years 60. I'm sorry, I am not spending that money on a safety coming in here. I just not.
What's interesting is that his average or his grade was 63 last year. It was 90 the year before.
Mm.
So I'm guessing that's where this you're hoping he gets back to that. But
Look at Andre Cisco. I really liked him coming out of college. Ooh, he's at a 10.8. Maybe get him for a
yeah,
3-year deal that could kind of go.
he's ranked 88th
Uh-huh.
uh PFF. Again, this is the top 100 um, rankings, free agent rankings. Sorry, 58.8 last year, but 68.9 the year before, 67 the year before that. So yeah, it seems like he's a fairly above average player.
And he's 24 years old.
Yeah, it's still young.
So young. And, like, that's where my appreciation for him comes from the draft knowledge. And I liked him coming out of college. Wish we would have got him. But, I mean, it's a safety. So, we
What
get
about a
Cameron Bynum.
I've got a on my list I see Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin is a strong safety.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could just go by safety. But, wow, I don't see
I don't
him
see him on there either.
Yeah, I'm not finding Jeremy Chin. I mean, I see Von Bell.
Yeah. Hmm. I wonder, was he already re-signed maybe?
I don't know. Let's
Okay.
look at Von Bell though. That's bringing him back, who had a good year. He's only a $1.2 million cap hit. I kind of want to
Yeah,
bring
I'm
him
not
back.
he's not on this list.
He's not a top free agent, but he worked well in this. I thought he played
Yeah.
well for us last year, not last year, but the year before.
Year before. Yeah.
And if we could sign him,
Yeah, I mean, if you could bring him back for that, I mean, if you want to sign him to the
market value
market
of
value,
see what he is. Yeah, we're bringing him back.
then yeah,
$1.2 million. We're bringing him back,
sure,
baby.
let's do
We,
it.
we need someone
Welcome
else
back.
on safety.
Welcome
but
back. Let's look at Cameron Bynum. Is he on this list?
yes, he was.
Oh, there's Jeremy Chin. He's right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's fifth down.
I don't think he's coming back here. 6.1 million. He did not work in Evero's scheme at all.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Should be in
He's
the
just a good
linebacker.
player, though. Like,
He should have been a linebacker. I
yeah,
don't.
I hate that they can't figure that out.
Who was the other guy we were looking at?
Bynum, Cameron Bynum,
Yeah, he's a free safety.
Viking.
I saw him just a second ago in the free safety list.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
$17.7 million.
Yeah,
as
they've
his
got
cap
14.25 on PFF, but yeah, so
That's
he
a
is
lot.
he's highly thought of. 26 years old.
Yeah, we only have $38 million left.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a great safety in the draft?
The guy from Georgia, but we would have to take him like 8 or not at our top
Yeah.
pick, and I don't think we should do that either.
Yeah.
Um,
Would you be okay with Von Bell starting for you?
Not really, but I mean, well, I guess we have to find somebody else then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what the options are here. It seems like
Justin
we're gonna have to.
Reed. I mean, that's
Now there is
17.
Xavier Woods, right? Like
Yeah, he didn't have
he's
the
not on
best
this
year.
list.
He is. Oh, he is. Oh, your
He's not on
list.
my
Mine.
list.
Sorry.
He's not in the top 100. Yeah.
Let's look at his market value because maybe pairing them back up would be good. Market value is 5 million. Maybe sign
1 year,
him.
5. I don't know. I mean, again, I feel like he has moments, but overall, he's just not
I
great.
think a lot of the issue last year though with him was he couldn't trust the other people around him.
Well, maybe. Hang on, I'm pulling up his
PFF.
PFF here.
So again, all you listeners out there, I apologize. This is going a little clunky a little bit, but at the same time, we're
That's
trying
okay.
something new instead of just another mock draft.
This is this is what this podcast is, though. It's just two guys sitting around in a bar drinking beer, talking about football. Like that's what we would be doing. We'd be sitting there looking at all this stuff up on our phone,
Oh yeah, we'd
having
be
these
texting
exact
back
same
and forth.
conversations. Yeah,
We'd be like, "Do you want him back for 4.5 million?"
yeah. So he had his worst year last year from a PFF perspective, right? 57 was his score, but the year before that he was an 80, and that was in the same scheme,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um,
I think a lot of it just dealt with the bad surrounding cast, and he was trying to do too much.
I'd be okay giving him the benefit of the doubt and re-signing him to a prove it deal.
Okay.
Or not a prove it deal, but to market value deal.
Yeah, that's 2.5 million. I mean that gives us some flexibility, having
Yeah,
Von Bell and him back, working together. He had a good season last time they paired together. So yeah, I'm good.
yeah. Okay.
Jordan Fuller can kick rocks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Um,
Happy with that.
I do want to look at some linebacking depth.
Yeah, same.
Shaq Thompson. I don't know. I'm happy to bring him back for like a 1 year deal. Kind of, can you research it? But he may want to go elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be. I don't think he wants. I think he would wants to play here, or, I mean, I hope it's not like a Thomas Davis situation, but very well could be. What's his market value?
Like one
I
million.
mean, it's the minimum.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think I like that. Let's do that.
okay, because I agree. I think and even if it's like a $2 million deal, kind of, 1 year, seven
Yeah,
million dollar, but it's really a $2 million deal. I'm happy to do that.
and it's one of those where if in training camp it's like obvious
He
he's
doesn't
not going to
have
have
it.
playing time with us, then we can cut him.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm happy to continue looking at linebacker.
Yeah, yeah, same. Um, just kind of looking at like Dre Greenlaw is
27 years old. He's
yeah,
hit
coming off that injury.
yeah. A 6.7.
Yeah, they've got him low here too, and I think it's more of a is he going to be healthy kind of guy. Um, it would be a gamble.
It'd be a big gamble.
I mean, but if it hit,
I mean, for
you
six
know,
and a half. I mean, do you think a Trey Greenlaw at 80% is better than what we have for $6.5 million?
at 80%, I don't know. I mean, are there other guys out here that we have more confidence in that might cost more money, but that we know are going to be top tier guys or at least above average guys for us for the next 3 years. Whereas
Mm.
Greenlaw, I think you're just scared of that injury concern. Now being me sitting here in my office at my house that does not cost millions and millions of dollars because I am not an NFL GM, I say sure, why not? Let's bring him in, see what he can do.
Let's Mark Har. Can you look at Malik Harrison on PFF real quick? He's 26
Malik
years old.
Harrison.
Let's see his market value.
Who was he playing with last year?
Baltimore. He's a 2.3 million cap hit. I'm trying to look at more of his stats here. He was not good. Never mind. He just or
Yeah.
he didn't really play, I should say. So I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't even say. I'm not even seeing him. So let's not sign him.
Yeah, let's not do that. But those are the guys that will be signed to a team, whether it be here or somewhere else. That's
Yeah.
hey, can you make the roster guy? So,
Sure.
and we're
But
not
I
signing
guess,
those on this practice. So,
Yeah. I guess
Tyrell,
in this
yeah.
case, would we want to, Nick Bolton would be like the next, I think, guy on this list who would be considered one of the top tier free agency linebackers. He's ranked 34 in PFF on this list. Had a 64 rating overall.
25 years old or 24.
Yep, young.
$12 million. Market
Yeah.
value is $449.
Yeah.
Mm.
2022, he had a 77 rating.
What's
And
his
he's played
stats
less
look
than
like?
that the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm trying to find his stats. PFF, they like you looking at their. All right, so 4 sacks, 81 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 13 pressures, pass rating allowed 103.4. Don't love that. Yeah.
I mean, I think with Josie Jewell, bringing back Shaq Thompson, and maybe getting another guy is where we need to go. I don't know if this is him, but if you sign him for his market value, his cap hits 5, and I think that's
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah, I just don't know enough about.
I mean, we could go Drake Greenlaw and just prove it deal.
Let's do that. This is me and you doing this.
God!
I'd be happy to give him a shot. And if I have no idea if that money is realistic, right?
Yeah.
He could very easily sign for, 12 million a year or something. I have no idea, but we're just gonna go with what it says here.
Yep. And who knows? We could even make it a little fancier. We could do a 2-year deal with $15 million. Maybe make it a little boostier for
Incentive
him.
laden.
Yeah. Ooh, not $40 million signing
$40
bonus.
million signing bonus.
There. $4 million signing bonus,
Yeah.
a prove it deal, kind of, that it's really essentially a 1-year deal that he gets to try. And
Yeah, I like that. That's a cap hit of $3 million.
yeah,
Let's do it.
because I think signing him for $1 million is not reasonable. I think he's going to get a little bit more.
Yeah, and could be a guy where you may not see him but half the season, right? He could miss some time early, depending on what his Achilles situation looks like. So
All right. Now, do
like
we want to look at the wide receiver? We're sitting
Yep.
at $35 million. This is the point that everybody
Yep.
wants is the T. Higgins.
this is now
Chris
when
Godwin.
hardly anyone is listening. We're gonna go with the
What everyone has been waiting for. juicy. I'm sorry. I don't think wide receivers should be our top priority. I do think that getting a speedster should be something we do, but I don't necessarily think we need a T. Higgins right now.
I think this team would be so much better with T. Higgins. If they decided to go out and spend $28 million a year on him, I would be happy. I think he's a really good player. Um, he had a score of 88.2 on PFF last year, for whatever that's worth. I mean, you can just watch him play and see that he's really good.
So T. Higgins, their market value is 4 years, $101 million, signing bonus of 37. I think you're gonna have to go higher than that to sign him.
Yeah, yeah.
I
think it's more like 4 years, 100, not 120, but
115,
maybe like 115.
Yeah. And his signing bonus, I think, is going to be more like 45.
Yeah, see that.
Because wide receivers always get that. They get that huge thing.
Yeah.
Base salary, 11. Ooh. Takes that cap hit of $22 million. Do you want to do that? And this is what I'm thinking is more realistic for T. Higgins than just the market value. Wide receivers get paid high. He's such a good player. Now, if we sign him, we're done. I mean, we could sign a couple smaller guys, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, again, I would like to.
I'll do it. We dropped us down
T.
to
Higgins, welcome to the Panthers.
I think that at that point we're done, because at $13 million, I am not going to spend that last $5 million, because that's just little guys. I say little guys.
We could have talked about some more wide receivers, I guess, but
I mean, let's quickly hit it. I mean, T. Higgins is the cream of the crop.
I mean, he was the cream of the crop for sure. But you got Chris Godwin there, like he's.
But I think he's going to
still
be
really good.
Yeah, his cap hit would be the same. I mean, 3 years, 67.
Yeah, little less,
but nothing insane.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson. I mean,
no thanks. No thanks. I mean, Stephon Diggs is going to be available.
No thanks.
Probably be looking at like 1 year.
I don't want that headache here. No thanks. No? Not with our young
for 1
quarterback.
year. For 1 year?
No, not on this roster with Bryce Young. I think T. Higgins would be different. I think T. Higgins is a good locker room guy. I don't want bad locker room guys on this team.
Yeah. You got DeAndre Hopkins and Marquise Brown, both.
Yeah, I don't think DeAndre Hopkins would come here.
I think he probably goes back to the Chiefs.
Marquise Brown, I could maybe see something like that. He's got that speed. $8 million. That would be actually somebody I could see coming here.
Well, that's again, you're wondering what those injuries have, what toll they've taken on that speed. But yeah, he's a guy a couple of years ago that I really wanted to come here.
Man, DJ Shark is only 28 years old.
Yeah. Again, that'd be a guy that I could see giving a couple $1 million to.
Yeah. Rondell Moore, man.
Although he just didn't really seem to, yeah.
Jeez, I did not realize he's only 24 years old and has bounced around so much. Only 4 years old.
Yeah.
4 years in the league. Obviously, he's not doing anything. So I would not want him on the team. Tutu Atwell. Dan Jefferson was here for a year. There's just not much. Sterling Shepard would be... Oh, he's 32 years old, though.
Yeah, he's getting up there. Again, that would be more of the Adam Thielen type role, I would think.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like... I saw it and I was like, oh, yeah, no, he's old. Yeah,
Mike Williams, pretty interesting prospect.
Yeah. I think we could also go into the draft and draft a guy, too. a
true.
speeder store. But I
I
mean,
could actually see that happening.
yeah, I think if we sign T Higgins, our receiver core would be very stout.
Yeah.
I do also think we need to sign a tackle, like a backup tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like this kind of overall roster that we kind of built going into the draft, of being able to draft whatever we want and kind
Yeah.
of falling back. I do think we
And
would
then still
probably.
having a little bit of money left over, right, for cuts and things like that when those happen.
Yeah, it's
To
$13.6 million in cap space for the top
yeah,
51. So I mean, there's some of these guys that may not make it, just
right.
in general. But I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Before we sign out, we do need to sign a kicker and punter.
Oh, well, we got 2 minutes.
And never mind. Didn't realize we were
Yeah,
already
just
that low on time.
kicker and punter, TBD.
Yeah.
TBD.
I think
That's
we
what
did
we
it.
use that last 5 million.
Yeah. Hey. We're not as bad as the Giants GM. We did not let
Okay.
Saquon
Right.
Barkley walk to a division rival.
But real quick though, I mean, Eddie P. Any interest bringing him back?
I'm fine bringing him back. I don't think he's a great kicker, but I also don't want to get into the kicker heck of it all, of Zane Gonzalez, all
I think
those
Gonzalez
kickers.
was a good kicker.
Well, yes,
You know?
but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to go back to that scenario where we're constantly going through, cycling
Yeah.
through.
Well, I don't know if that's a good enough reason to keep Eddie P around if you don't think he's very good.
I just, obviously, whoever our special teams coordinator is,
Yeah.
probably has a guy. So
I'll go on the record and say I don't think Eddie P is back.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do need to sign somebody. So with that couple $1 million, we'll sign a kicker and punter.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna do it. I mean, this is an hour-long episode of us playing GM. Again, Spotrac, thank you. There are a couple tweaks on this, but I think this is a fun little thing. Check it out if you want
Agreed.
to.
All right, you got less than a minute.
All right, we want to thank everyone for listening. If you like the show, please let your friends know. Please follow us on Twitter at MeowMixPodcast.com or, whatever. You know the drill.
We'll be back at some point in the near future. Everybody stay safe out there and keep pounding. Good luck with